They were tough, they were trusted, and they were built to last forever. These are the European tractors that defined the 1980s, machines so reliable they're still working 4 decades later. From the unstoppable Massey Ferguson 399 to the legendary Ford 7610 and the unbreakable Zetor 7245, each one proved that simple engineering can outlive time itself. While modern machines rely on computers, these legends relied on steel, strength, and soul. This is the story of 10 most reliable European tractors of the 1980s, the ones that never quit and never broke down. Number 1. Massey Ferguson 399. When the Massey Ferguson 399 rolled off the line in Coventry in 1987, it represented the very best of British agricultural engineering. It was part of Massey's 300 series, a line designed not to dazzle with technology but to dominate with reliability and ease of maintenance. Farmers needed a machine that could handle daily workloads without fuss, and the MF399 became exactly that. At its heart was the Perkins A6 354 4-6-cylinder diesel engine, a masterpiece of dependable design. Delivering around 97 to 104 horsepower, it had abundant low-end torque, which made it excellent for pulling heavy implements or trailers across muddy fields. The Perkins engine was already famous for its long lifespan, and in the 399, it became nearly indestructible. Many owners report these engines running over 20,000 hours with only basic maintenance, oil changes, filters, and the occasional injector service. What made the 399 truly dependable was its mechanical simplicity. No unnecessary electronics, no complex computers, just straightforward engineering. Farmers could fix nearly everything themselves, with parts that were easily sourced from local dealers. The gearbox, hydraulics, and clutch were all overbuilt for strength. Even the power steering and brakes were rugged and reliable. The MF399 was also comfortable for its time. The cab was quiet, well-insulated, and designed with operator ergonomics in mind, allowing farmers to spend long hours in the field without fatigue. Its versatility was another plus. It could plow, bale, transport, or load with equal ease. Even today, MF399s are prized on the used market. They've become a symbol of the era, a time when tractors were built for work, not software updates. The 399's legacy endures as one of the most reliable and well-loved machines ever to bear the Massey Ferguson name. Number 2. Ford 7610. The Ford 7610 wasn't just a tractor, it was a movement. Introduced in 1981 and built in Basildon, England, it became one of the most iconic and dependable tractors of the 1980s. For farmers across Europe, especially in the UK and Ireland, owning a Ford 7610 was a sign of both practicality and pride. Under the hood was a 4.2-liter 4-cylinder Ford diesel engine producing close to 98 horsepower. The engine was known for its torque, smooth power delivery, and long lifespan. It could handle virtually any farm task, plowing, haymaking, trailer hauling, without breaking a sweat. Ford's engineering in the 1980s was all about combining raw strength with simplicity, and the 7610 delivered that in spades. Its synchro transmission, with a wide range of gears, provided smooth operation while maintaining mechanical reliability. Unlike later tractors packed with electronics, the 7610 systems were almost entirely mechanical, making them easy to service and cheap to repair. Farmers could diagnose problems themselves, and parts were readily available through Ford's massive European dealer network. The cab was another highlight. Ford's soundproof deluxe cab gave operators a quieter, more comfortable environment, a big improvement for long working days. Meanwhile, the robust chassis and simple hydraulics ensured minimal breakdowns even under heavy workloads. Farmers affectionately call the 7610 a forever tractor, because many of them are still running today, often with 10,000+ hours on the clock, and the original engine still turning smoothly. It's not unusual to see a 40-year-old Ford 7610 working alongside modern machines, proof that durability never goes out of style. Simply put, The Ford 7610 was dependable, easy to fix, and built like a tank. It was the perfect companion for hard-working farmers of the 1980s and remains one of the most respected tractors ever made. Number 3. Fiat 9090. When Fiatagri launched the Fiat 9090, they weren't just selling a tractor, they were selling peace of mind. Farmers across Europe knew this machine as one of the most reliable and efficient tractors of the 1980s. Produced in Italy, the 9090 embodied the spirit of durability with Italian flair and practicality. It came equipped with a Fiat 8045 6-cylinder diesel engine, producing around 8290 horsepower. The engine was built for endurance, a low-revving, high-torque unit that performed beautifully under load. Whether it was plowing deep soil, hauling grain trailers, or running a baler, the Fiat 9090 handled everything with quiet confidence. Its reliability came from mechanical simplicity. There were no electronics to fail, and every major system, engine, gearbox, and hydraulics was overbuilt to handle abuse. The transmission was fully mechanical, offering smooth shifting and dependable performance even after decades of use. Maintenance was easy, and spare parts were available everywhere. Fiat tractors were sold. The 9090 also stood out for its fuel efficiency. In an era when diesel prices were rising, this tractor delivered long hours of work per liter, making it extremely economical to run. Farmers loved its balance of power and thriftiness. Comfort was another key factor. The cab was large, airy, and gave excellent visibility, a feature that made long workdays less tiring. Farmers could operate for 10-12 hours without feeling drained. Today, you'll still find Fiat 9090s running strong in Italy, Spain, and even parts of Eastern Europe. Many are still in active service, proving that the Fiat 9090 was built not just to last a season but a lifetime. It's a shining example of how Italian engineering blended simplicity, strength, and style. Number 4. Deutz-Fahr DX 110. The Deutz-Fahr DX 110 was one of those tractors that inspired confidence the moment you turned the key. Built in Germany, it reflected the country's reputation for mechanical precision and industrial durability. Farmers didn't just buy the DX 110, they invested in it for decades of dependable performance. At its heart was the Deutz F6L912 air-cooled 6-cylinder diesel engine, producing about 110 horsepower. This engine was legendary for its reliability and low maintenance, primarily because it didn't use liquid cooling. No radiator meant no coolant leaks, no overheating issues, and fewer parts to fail. Perfect for farmers who worked long hours in all weather conditions. The engine design was simple but genius. Direct fuel injection, strong cylinder sleeves, and exceptional oil filtration ensured longevity. Many DX 110s still run with their original engines even after 40 years. The air-cooled setup also made the tractor lighter and more fuel-efficient than many of its water-cooled rivals. The transmission and PTO systems were pure Deutz, smooth, strong, and built to last. The heavy-duty axles and frame allowed it to handle large implements and rough fields without flexing or cracking. Farmers also appreciated how easy it was to service. Oil changes, filters, and belts could be done quickly, often right on the field. Deutz's reliability was legendary across Europe, and the DX 110 became a mainstay on large German, Dutch, and Danish farms. Even today, you'll find these green machines still running strong, often with minor upgrades or restorations. The DX 110 remains a symbol of what German engineering was all about: performance, precision, and reliability you could bet your harvest on. Number 5. Zetor 7245. The Zetor 7245, made in Czechoslovakia, was the tractor that built trust among thousands of European farmers. Introduced in the mid-1980s, it quickly earned a reputation as one of the most dependable and affordable tractors of its generation. Its 4-cylinder diesel engine produced around 65 horsepower, which might not sound like much, but this tractor wasn't built for show. It was built for survival. The Zetor 7245 was simple, strong, and incredibly easy to repair. Its fully mechanical systems meant no fancy electronics to fail, and even complex jobs like clutch or gearbox repairs could be done in a small workshop. Farmers especially loved how fuel-efficient the tractor was, consuming far less diesel than many of its Western counterparts. Its robust transmission, straightforward hydraulics, and reliable PTO made it suitable for almost any job, from plowing and harrowing to haymaking and transport work. What truly set the Zetor apart was its accessibility. Parts were cheap and widely available, and almost every mechanic in Eastern Europe knew how to fix one. Zetor tractors became the backbone of small farms across Czechoslovakia, Poland, and beyond. Decades later, many Zetor 7245 are still working daily. Farmers affectionately call them unbreakable because of how forgiving they are to neglect or heavy use. Even with faded paint and thousands of hours on the clock, these tractors just keep running. The 7245 remains one of the purest examples of 1980s reliability. No computers, no nonsense, just good steel and smart engineering from the heart of Europe. Number 6. Ursus C-385. The Ursus C-385 is one of the toughest, most enduring tractors ever to roll out of Eastern Europe. Built by Ursus in Poland during the late 1970s and throughout the 1980s, the C-385 became a household name among farmers who needed a rugged, no-nonsense machine that could handle the hardest conditions imaginable. Whether it was the frozen winters of Poland or the muddy plains of Hungary, this tractor simply refused to stop working. Powered by a Perkins licensed 4-cylinder diesel engine producing about 76 horsepower, the Ursus C-385 offered excellent pulling strength for its size. What it lacked in comfort or refinement, it made up for in brute strength and durability. Its massive cast-iron chassis and mechanical transmission were built to endure years of abuse, making it nearly indestructible in the hands of hard-working farmers. There was nothing fancy about the C-385, and that was its greatest strength. The mechanical fuel injection, simple clutch design, and direct drive transmission could be fixed in any small garage with basic tools. There were no fragile electronics, sensors, or hydraulic computers to fail. Even if parts weren't readily available, local mechanics often fabricated replacements from scratch, a testament to how mechanically straightforward the tractor was. The Ursus was also incredibly versatile. It could be used for plowing, seeding, transport, or powering stationary equipment like threshers or mills. Many government cooperatives and family farms used the C-385 as their only tractor, relying on it day and night. Its dependability became legendary, earning it a reputation as the tractor that never dies. Even today, it's not uncommon to see C-385s running in Poland, Romania, and the Baltic countries. Many have outlived the farmers who bought them new, a true mark of reliability. In a time when tractors are more about technology than toughness, the Ursus C-385 stands as a proud reminder that pure mechanical strength and simplicity can outlast any era. Number 7. Renault 95.14. The Renault 9514 was France's answer to the growing demand for mid-sized, reliable farm tractors in the 1980s, and it absolutely delivered. Built between 1986 and 1989, it combined French design practicality with German-engineered power, courtesy of its bulletproof MWM D226.6 diesel engine. Producing around 95 horsepower, this 6-cylinder workhorse became one of the most reliable and long-lasting machines Renault ever made. The 95.14 was often praised for its exceptional engine longevity. There are countless reports of these tractors running beyond 20,000 hours with minimal repairs, a staggering figure for any machine. The WM engine was simple, overbuilt, and perfectly matched to the transmission, delivering consistent torque at low revs while sipping fuel. Renault also built these tractors with excellent operator comfort and visibility. The cab was spacious, with easy-to-reach controls and a commanding view of the field, something farmers deeply appreciated during long harvest days. The gearbox was strong and smooth, offering a wide range of gears for field and road use. What really made the 95.14 reliable, though, was its balance of mechanical simplicity and structural toughness. The heavy-duty rear axle, strong frame, and robust hydraulics made it ideal for handling heavy implements without strain. Meanwhile, parts availability was excellent across France and Western Europe, and Renault's dealer network ensured that maintenance remained affordable. Farmers often described the 95.14 as a tractor that doesn't know when to stop. It was used for everything: plowing, transport, silage work, even forestry, and it handled all of it without complaint. Many of these machines are still operational today. Their orange paint faded, but their engines running as strong as ever. The Renault 95.14 wasn't flashy, but it embodied what every farmer wanted: a reliable, hard-working partner that delivered power, endurance, and simplicity in perfect harmony. Decades later, it remains one of the finest tractors Renault ever built. Number 8. Steyr 8075. When you talk about tractors that could climb mountains, pull heavy loads, and shrug off the toughest terrain, the Steyr 8075 comes up every time. Built in Austria in the early to mid-1980s, this 75-horsepower tractor earned an almost mythical reputation for durability in the harsh alpine landscapes it was designed to work in. At its heart was the Steyr WD-411, 56 four-cylinder diesel engine, producing roughly 75 horsepower with immense torque. The engine was known for its smooth operation, low fuel consumption, and incredible mechanical life. Many of these engines still start instantly after sitting idle for years, a testament to Steyr's precision engineering. The 8075 was built like a tank. Its heavy-duty transmission and axles could handle both steep hills and heavy plowing. Farmers often joked that the tractor was stronger than the mountain itself. The steering was precise, the clutch light yet durable, and the hydraulics dependable even under continuous heavy use. One of Steyr's greatest strengths was build quality. Every nut, bolt, and weld on the 8075 was made with care and precision. The tractor's frame was thick steel, resistant to rust and cracking, even after decades. This made it ideal for farms in Austria, Switzerland, and southern Germany, where reliability in rough terrain was non-negotiable. Comfort was another plus. The cab, though basic, was well insulated against noise and vibration. Operators could spend all day working without exhaustion, and visibility was excellent for tight maneuvers in hilly regions. Even after 40 years, countless Steyr 8075s are still in use today, proving that Austrian craftsmanship and simplicity never go out of style. For many farmers, this tractor is the definition of reliability, not because it was powerful or flashy, but because it just never gave up. It's rightly remembered as one of Europe's toughest tractors of the 1980s. Number 9. Valmet 805. From the snow-covered fields of Finland came a tractor that laughed in the face of ice, wind, and darkness. The Valmet 805. Produced between 1983 and 1988, this Finnish-built machine was engineered to survive extreme northern conditions and endless workdays, making it one of the most reliable tractors of its era. The Valmet 805 was powered by the Valmet 411 DS four-cylinder diesel engine, delivering 95 horsepower. This engine was famous for its cold start reliability, even at temperatures as low as -25-20. Thanks to advanced preheating systems and robust compression, the 805 could fire up in weather that stopped most other tractors dead. The tractor's transmission and drivetrain were equally rugged. Built to handle snowplows, heavy tillers, and forestry equipment, it had one of the strongest gearboxes of its time. The hydraulics were dependable even in freezing conditions, using special oil formulations that prevented sluggish performance. Valmet's focus on durability extended to every detail. Seals, bearings, and wiring were all reinforced to withstand moisture and corrosion. The cab was insulated, heated, and quiet, giving operators comfort during long winter shifts. The visibility was excellent, and controls were straightforward and ergonomic. Farmers adored the Valmet 805 for its longevity and minimal maintenance needs. Many owners reported using the same machine for 30 or 40 years with only minor repairs. The tractor's frame and engine could handle extreme workloads, and it became equally popular in forestry operations due to its traction and torque. Even today, in Finland, Sweden, and Norway, Valmet 805s can be seen clearing snow, hauling logs, or tilling land. They've become icons of Nordic strength, machines that prove reliability isn't about fancy features, but about engineering for endurance. The Valmet 805 will forever stand as one of Europe's toughest and most reliable tractors ever built. Number 10. Fortschritt ZT 323. The Fortschritt ZT 323, built in East Germany during the 1980s, was one of the last and finest tractors produced under the Fortschritt brand. It symbolized everything that Eastern European engineering stood for: simplicity, strength, and self-reliance. Designed to serve both large cooperative farms and smaller operations, the ZT323 was reliable to the core. It came with a 6-cylinder 6VD 14.5 12:1 SRW diesel engine, producing around 100 horsepower, a strong and torquey power plant that was both efficient and incredibly durable. The engine could run continuously for long hours without overheating, even under heavy load. It wasn't the quietest or smoothest tractor, but it was one of the hardest working. The transmission and PTO systems were built to handle extreme workloads. Everything about the ZT323 was mechanical. No unnecessary electronics or fragile systems. This simplicity made it a favorite among mechanics, as repairs could be done on-site with simple tools. The clutch, gearbox, and hydraulic systems were built like military equipment, reliable, rugged, and forgiving. What made the ZT323 truly shine was its ability to keep going no matter what. Mud, snow, poor fuel quality, nothing stopped it. Farmers often ran these tractors for 12-14 hours a day during peak season without breakdowns. In East Germany and later across Eastern Europe, it became the backbone of agricultural production. Even after the fall of the Berlin Wall, these tractors continued to serve in reunified Germany and neighboring countries. Many have since been restored by enthusiasts who appreciate their old-school durability. The Fortschritt ZT323 was not about luxury or style. It was about survival and endurance. It embodied the heart of 1980s tractor engineering. Build it strong, keep it simple, and make it last forever. And it did exactly that. They weren't built for comfort. They weren't built for luxury. They were built to work and keep working. Decades later, they still start every morning. A reminder that real reliability doesn't fade with time. These are not just old tractors. They are living legends, the last survivors of an era when machines were built to last forever.